What's up, people? Sorry, we just had a little bit of a delay just to get set up, but we're good to go. Just waiting for people to trickle in. Of course, we're already 5 minutes, slightly 5 minutes behind schedule. So I'll only take a minute before to see if more people trickle in, and I'll just get started right away. What's up, Chaitana? What's up, people? Guys, drop a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to know how you feeling, what you've been up to. Are you in Glorify already? Are you not in Glorify already? I'd love to know your story right now. Tell me about yourself. Okay, while I do that, I'm just gonna get set up here, get nice and cozy. Perfect. Awesome. I think I'm pretty good to go. All right, guys. So what do we have in store for you guys today? It's an important session for many reasons. So let me tell you exactly why in a moment. Okay, so reason number one is that you guys may already know that we are coming to the end of our lifetime deal. You know, we've been, of course, running a lifetime deal, as you might have read in our Medium article and our updates. We've been running it for over 16 months. In between, we had a break about 9 months. And, you know, in that time, we, of course, switched to recurring for some time, and we came back on lifetime deals just to celebrate the 2.0 launch, and then all the way that we led that lifetime deal all the way with the intention to close it until we secured funding. We secured our funding, a $2 million round. So let me give you a little share screen to show you a little bit of those updates, so you're all up to date in terms of where we are at. Give me a second. And this presentation essentially is about those updates. And of course, of those of you guys who are on the fence, we're going to go through a nice little Glorify session for you guys to jump into, see how Glorify performs, what you can use it for. And I'm going to cover a lot of use cases in this demo alone. The demo is not going to take too long, and you're going to then find out more about the future of Glorify as well. So feel free to drop any questions, comments on the chat, and we'll get back to you. I will get to it. Well, towards the end of the webinar, we'll have an exclusive time for Q&A. So let me first, I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen. Yeah, so window, cool. Okay, so first things first, guys, I'd like to know if you guys can hear and see me clearly. So drop in the comments below. Can you hear and see me clearly? Perfect. Thanks, Ray. Thanks for the signal there. Right, with that, we'll jump straight into it, guys. Thanks for waiting around. Let's jump straight into it. So this webinar, of course, the main topic is how to grow your business with powerful marketing design. And you know, that's going to, I'm going to elaborate into that a little bit later on in the webinar. But of course, what we believe the best way to create powerful marketing design is by firstly having the right tools, right? And no doubt, you know, I'm sure a lot of you guys, you know, if you're in digital marketing, if you're in entrepreneurship, you know how to run the ad platforms, you know how to, you know, create perhaps, you know, think of creative strategies for your social media content. You're probably great at presenting. You're probably great at sourcing products for your private label brand. You're probably great at teaching and creating e-learning products. You might have all these skills, but all these skills are essentially useless to some extent if you don't have the right visuals and content to market it, with, right? And that's the whole point why we create Glorify in the first place. We weren't happy with the solutions that existed. We knew that entrepreneurs, business owners, marketers, and even designers need to collaborate together to create powerful marketing materials. And if they're not collaborating, if they're working solo, even, they need to rely on a tool that can give them not just give them powerful templates that are perfect for their target market, their audience, their niche, to market their product, essentially. And that's what we focus on. Our templates are niche focused, niche oriented, and are thematic, and it doesn't take you endless scrolling before you find a template that's a perfect match for whatever you're selling. And that's the vision of Glorify, essentially, in a nutshell. And we want to focus on a few things with Glorify right now. We've been focusing on just creating a powerful and fun to use editor, but the future of Glorify is really exciting. We want to allow you to grow your business through powerful marketing design by not just creating a design, but scaling your design from one design to multiple variants, to create a design and publish it to your ad platforms, to your social media, and get analytics back to your design to see how your design performed, and then iterate that design with your team or solo. So that is essentially the vision of Glorify, and then hence, that's why we believe that Glorify is the single tool that you need to grow your business with powerful marketing design. We're going to jump into that in a moment. Now, the agenda I have for today is we're going to go through a quick summary. The summary is, in fact, on the slide. Then I'm going to go into Glorify, just do a quick ad hoc session on Glorify to show you how to create some powerful content. We'll then go into the future roadmap of Glorify, the free forever plan that's coming up soon, and talk a little bit about the lifetime deal ending and why it matters for you to jump on as soon as possible. Now, summary. Last 6 months, like 6 to 9 months, me and my partner you might have seen some quiet time if you're a user already, if you're in the community. We were away for a long time just fundraising. So there wasn't so much activity in the community group. There was, the regular stuff. You've seen our team post updates on templates. Our newsletter goes out, but nothing significantly over the top. We had, of course, one feature launch, which was the mockups, and we were proud that we were able to launch at least one major feature within the first 2 quarters of this year. We've got lots more coming up for the last 2 quarters of the year remaining, but that's another story. We'll come to that a bit later. Now, 121,000 users have signed up to Glorify. If you're one of them, massive thank you and congratulate you. If you've signed up and you still haven't bought Glorify, then this webinar is perfect for you, because you're going to know why you need to buy it today. And 1.8 million designs have been downloaded off the Glorify platform, right? So that's powerful. A couple of things for you guys to know, just to see how popular Glorify is. 49,000 templates downloaded the last month. We had 11,000 templates downloaded only last week. Some of the highest click templates. These are the stuff that people love. It's not just physical products. When we launched Glorify, we were focusing mainly on e-commerce, but we had expanded, and now we're going into consultancy, service-based businesses, digital products. If you're selling e-learning, if you're selling even apps and courses, there's so much exciting stuff to see and hear and know about. We just recently launched infographics as well, which is super, super exciting. It's a highly demand template to show you guys that we're listening. Anything that you guys demand and need, we'll be on it, and we'll create templates for you. We recently launched infographics, and Glorify is just keeps opening up that spectrum. We launched mock-up templates recently, now, and as of last month, infographics, and we're going to keep expanding the template. The template categories, right? So really pumped and excited about that. Now, let's go into Glorify time. Without further ado, let's jump into the platform. So, boom. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm inside Glorify dashboard. Go into glorify.com, sign up. Purchase the lifetime deal. There's a 30-day refund policy. So for whatever reason, if you want to refund, and if you find it's not for you, that's fair enough. You can request a refund, and we will immediately give you your refund. You've got 30 days to decide, but I assure you that you'll be sticking on for a lifetime. Right? So let's check this out. So we're in dashboard. What's cool about Glorify is we personalize the dashboard for your business. So when you're on board, we ask you some questions, and we make sure that all of the sizes, the templates, the tools matches your business niche and theme and brand and product category, so that we can serve you the best templates that is perfect for your target audience. So this is an algorithm that we're continuously improving, and it will continuously improve so that we can suggest the best templates seasonally and just generally for your brand and your product category. So it's just a great way to discover templates. A couple of things, if you guys are users already, there's a couple of things that I feel is important that I'm sure you guys already know about, but if you don't, then it's important for you to see is that we, of course, recently launched mockups in April, and filling up this library, mockups templates library, where you can go in, customize the screens of these 3D hyperrealistic objects, whether it's screens, apparel, packaging, bottles, print materials. So many different types of mockups that you can see over here that you can take advantage of and promote your product and just add your design onto. Or if you want to even present your brand and you have some concepts, this is perfect for you. Also, new in Glorify, like we mentioned in the slides, is the infographics. Just jump into browse, hit infographics, choose the platform. Pretty much all the platforms have the same size anyway, and you got all these new infographics. Really, really proud of our design team over here. As you can see, these are really premium quality stuff. You got graphs and stuff that you can control to some degree just by tweaking the colors. But what's even more cool is that very soon you wouldn't have to, because we're going to create automated graphs that use sliders to actually tweak and add your own data. So really excited about that. But this is your infographics section. Now, with that said, I'm going to go straight into my dashboard, and I'm going to go straight into picking a blank size to start off with. So let's go into hero images, jump in. Perfect. Okay, so here is Glorify Canvas. Actually, sorry, before I click hero images, I want to actually pick a template. I forgot to pick a template. So something cool about Glorify, by the way, guys, is you can niche down. You can filter out all the templates based on your niche. And that's, of course, really useful because you don't have to endlessly scroll to find a template that's a perfect match for your product category. And furthermore, you can even filter it down based on theme. So like, if your brand has a specific style, then go for theme. I recommend that. We want to make it easy for both non-designers and designers alike to find the perfect matching templates, so that you don't have to, go through the scroll of doom that you see on other platforms. So here's a template that I like. Let's assume this is a perfect match for my product, and we'll open this up. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit sniffles today, so do apologize. But yeah, now we've just opened up the template. Just give me 1 second, guys. I want to make sure that everything's okay in chat. Guys, give me a shout out if you're enjoying this so far. Obviously, we haven't got started in the design process, but I'd love to hear what everyone's saying. Yeah, I can see people, a lot of love. Love to see the love come in. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. So let's keep going. So the design process is super simple. You open a product image, you take the product, and all you got to do is simply select the product, hover over on the right side is your editing side. You got your layers here, you got your pages here, you got lots of control over here, and the left side is your assets panel, where you can add photos, text, backgrounds, any asset that you can think of, or any tool you can apply to your canvas from this assets panel. You've also got some quick tools over here, very useful if you want to quickly add some things very fast without having to look for and search for things. So it's very kind of a pin tool aspect. So let's go ahead and replace this product. I'm going to assume I've got this watch over here. So here's a product, and you can go ahead and immediately just tweak this up, and what we can do as well is maybe where we want to color this up as well. In fact, what I'm going to do for this design, instead of replacing it, let's go ahead with a mock-up, right? Because I think this will be more powerful. Mock-ups is a very popular feature people are loving. So we'll go ahead and add this really cool mock-up of this watch here. So let's say that I'm selling an app, right? So like a mobile app. Wait a minute. Let's choose a different mock-up, because I think that mock-up still needs some work on it. So there we go. So here's a mock-up of a wristwatch. So let's say I'm selling a iOS wristwatch app, right? And I want to edit the screens of this. So I'll go ahead and first tweak the screen. So I can go ahead and open the mockup by clicking edit on the right. I'll then zoom out. delete the logo. Of course, I don't want that. And I've got I actually added a screen here earlier from courtesy of Dribble, some designer Dribble. I should give him a kudos later because I am kind of stealing his work, but it's just for a mock-up, right? So it's not actual promotion per se. One way to do this easier is just add it as a background, or you can crop it. That either way works both. So I can go ahead here and reposition it on the right and scale. And let's just position this in the perfect position. Or another way as well is to just simply, there we go, somewhere around there. So by the way, very soon we're going to create a drag and drop system versus sliders for these kind of tools. So it's going to be much easier to move things around without having to kind of incrementally move things in the way that we do right now. Although it's very easy to do so, it's better to have, of course, drag control, right? Because that gives you even further control. So once you're done with your positioning, you just have to wait for this to render up. It should render up. If it doesn't, then what you can do is just click done and head back and re-render it again, and it will render. Very soon, we're going to create like a render preview as well. Just go to fits to screen. Yeah, and I'm going to edit the content again. Should render up on the right side over here. There you go. As you can see, it's been updated. Boom. So again, go to fit screen. There's your screen in here. Now, something I want to tell you guys, this is a little secret, a little hack for you guys who jump in. We are working on editor number 2, which allows outside of canvas editing and a much faster, smooth editor. So if you want to use that, here's a little trick. Just go to this edit in the URL and hit 2 at the end and hit enter. And that way you'll open editor number 2, which is pretty cool, right? So saves you that time and hassle. It might, however, let me just duplicate that again. You might have a reset your work sometimes. So if that does happen, then just make sure, you make sure that you start from scratch, right? I seem like I might have to do that mock-up again. So just because I went to editor number 2, but that's okay. I'll quickly do it. So yeah, jump in, drop this in. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do it slightly different now, just to show you guys a different process. The last one I did was with, using the background as a layer, right-click background. This time I'm going to double-click and simply crop. Okay, this is a good way as well to do the same task that I did earlier. It certainly is much faster to a good extent. So boom, can do that, and then just simply scale, right? So yeah, I'd love to know if you guys, which method do you guys prefer? The first one or the second one? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. So there we go. Around here it would be, I could just use the align tool. There we go. That should do the trick. Perfect. I'm gonna click done. And instant rendering, as you can see here, right? So we got our screen in there. Now let's go ahead and tweak our copy and get everything looking on brand. So let's imagine we're selling this kind of respiratory or Fitbit type of app, right? For iOS watches, or I'm not sure if you call it iOS, the operating system, but iPhone iWatches, right? So give me a second. Let me just fix up my, there we go. For this issue on Restream. All right, so let's go in. First things first, what I like to do is to get a feel of a design. Once you replace anything on the template, the general practice, keep your template together. You don't need to do anything, change it over the top. That's the reason why we've used templates. If you're a confident designer, you want to start from scratch, then by all means start from scratch. But if you're using the template, there's a point you use the template. You want to reuse these elements here, right? So what you can do is once you've, so here's my brand. In fact, I'm just going to skip using the brand and go to color palettes, and we'll find something that's a cool match. Go into tech color palettes, perhaps. Pick one of these palettes over here, right? So what you want to do is as you find a color palette, you can rotate between these colors and find something that's a good match. If something doesn't match your taste buds, just keep rotating through them and you'll find something, I guarantee it. There's so many choices over here that you're literally spoiled for choice, right? So here's a cool one that I quite like. I've used this before, actually. We'll go ahead and use this. So rock on with this black over here. And if you want to kind of customize some of this stuff, we can do that too. So there we go. Take this and make this black. Oh, I'm selecting the wrong layer, seems like. Okay, so let me just do something wrong with that layer. Let me just delete that one. Duplicate that. Let's call the brand Fit Track, right? Fit Track. Okay, perhaps. And we'll create some duo color over here. So let's make it black. And what we'll do as well is perhaps delete this text. I don't think I need it. What I could use is some kind of, follow us on Insta. So imagine this was like a promotional image or even an image for Instagram carousel. I want to try to use this image as a multi-purpose design, right? So typically Glorify is being used for product images for anywhere from social media to your advertising to your product, e-commerce website listing or marketplace listing on Amazon. So there's so many use cases, and I think the best approach to create design is to make multifaceted design, so you can use them in many places, right? And the great news is that a lot of platforms have similar sizes, especially the square size is very popular these days. So follow us on IG. We can do @FitTrack for this concept design. There we go. And we'll customize this text over here too. The only health tracker you need. Boom. And yeah, what we can do is align these, select these two, and bottom align them, group them, center them. And what I like to do is ungroup afterwards. You can then go into smart guides, switch that on so you can kind of move things around into place. We'll group these two again so they stay together. And there we go. Boom. Get that in the mix. There we go. So our elements look good to me. We'll go ahead and keep moving. So here's our design with I'm going to go to pages. We'll duplicate this now, right? So this is like your hero image, right? So this is the front-facing image, the top-level image of your funnel, the first image of your carousel. So something that really speaks really loud. In fact, let's change the brand name here too. Fit Track. Perfect size, just about. I'm going to duplicate this design. And whenever you create a series of images, whether it's for a carousel or your funnel, you want to keep replicating the same design style. So don't steer away from the same design style. So the best approach to create any design is duplicate. If it's a set of designs, duplicate the first design and the next one or the one that's part of the set, right? So here's my design. I'm going to switch this up a little bit this time. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, so this time I want to, create some more meaning. So I'll switch this back into the actual legible format, and I'm going to call track, because we're promoting this app, right? Kind of my approach for this tutorial is kind of show you multi-purposes for Glorify, because I'm not going to create just a physical product image, but you can see this watch image, you can use it for physical product, but it can also be used for an app. It can be used for multiple things, right? And that's my approach for today. So let's do left align. In fact, I'm going to get rid of the watch. We don't need that. We already got it for the first image. The rest of the content can stay where it is. In fact, what I want to do is turn this black instead. Let's make it pop a bit more. Okay, something's up with this text as well. I think there's a border on it that's breaking there we go. So the border just kind of switched it back to black. Okay. The border was too thick, so it was kind of making the color overlay. All right. So let's move these bad boys over here. I want to kind of show off the app in this instance. So the app that I had earlier. So let's go ahead and open up this design. Okay, how do I get these screens? Like instead of the process I did before, I want to try something else. Let's use the background remover this time. So hit background remove. I mean, the background removal is great for photos. It's great for so many things, but it's also great for simple things like this, right? Wow, this has done a pretty decent job. I think I could just go. I was going to cut them individually, but this is done perfect, so I don't need to worry about cutting anything. Boom, get that in. Nice little layout. So to be fair, like I have not had to do much work here because whoever this design that I stole from, this app was already kind of laid out perfectly, right? As you can see. But there's some creative decision making, so I won't take away that from myself. Okay, so yeah, it's okay to, you see these app screens. If you're promoting an app, something like this, then it's okay to kind of go off screen because it just shows, this style kind of shows that there's more screens, right? If something gets cut off, then you assume there's more to see, and that's the whole skill set of using your frame, right? So I'm going to cut that out of the screen. And I'll put those little, these little bolts underneath here. I'll send this all the way to the back, and I'll send this text as well all the way to the back. Use layers. Bring this a bit lower. So you want to be able to read this, but you don't want it to be fully in screen, right? Like it's a cool style to cut things out a little bit. It's okay. It's stylish. I think we could also get away with a bit of drop shadow. Let's give that a go. All right, so we're hitting at 7:30, I think, in UK time. So I'm going to try to wrap up as fast as possible. One more image after this, and I think we're good to go, right? In the meantime, I'd love to ask you guys, are you guys enjoying the session? Drop it in the comments. So nice soft shadows, guys. Don't create hard shadows. Soft shadows are in. Hard shadows are useful. It just depends on the context. You can use it in a lot of contexts as well. So here's my little design. Cool. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Especially using something like this for a carousel, you need big, fat, bold design, right? That's how carousels work in IG to get those hits and clicks and saves. Right. So let's go ahead and duplicate this design. I want to create one more design. Actually, let's do two more. I want to do a lifestyle type of image, right? So a lifestyle image is important because you get to promote the product a bit more, right? So you don't show, it's not about showing off the features when you do a lifestyle image, but it's more about showing off the feeling that a person can get by using your product. And that's why lifestyle images are important. And when it comes to an app, you don't need the app to be in screen. You just need a person. So we can go ahead and go to Photo Creator. And, we've got this great library, courtesy of Icons 8. We've integrated with them. It's going to be soon available in our plugin store as well. It's already available here, but we're going to bring in more content from them. And if you're buying to the lifetime deal, by the way, you get access to this plugin for free with our premium credits, right? But once we move out of the lifetime deal, you will have to pay for a subscription to get access to this, right? Which is not gonna, which of course is not as valuable. So I'm gonna try, we're doing like a health fitness thing. So I'm gonna do jumping. Let's do white because the design has a lot of white in it. I want a person wearing white or a person wearing blue. Okay, this is perfect because the person's wearing blue, but I think I prefer white. So let's try to find a guy dressed in white would be cooler. Some of this stuff is okay, but I want something a bit more exciting, I guess. Let me try and see what I got here. Or let's try jump. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I came across this before. This is actually what I was looking for. This guy's cool. Let's add this image. By the way, yeah, there you go. So if it takes a little bit of time to load, don't worry. Just be patient and just wait for the stock asset to load. There's a loader below. The reason it takes sometimes time because it's a third-party integration, so we have to rely on their fetching the design from them, and it all comes down to their platform, actually, their servers and stuff like that. So let's go and add this guy right here, and we'll call this. We said track everything. Let's just call this live everything. That doesn't make sense. Live everywhere. Live everywhere. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like it could be a tagline, right? I don't know why, but I'm just gonna keep it simple and keep it at that. There we go. So live everywhere. Let's make this guy kind of balance on the E. There we go. Drop these little sparks on his head so his looks like his brain is buzzing. And I want to create that effect. We'll put this right behind him. Text overlay, little subtle overlay, you know, not too much overlay so that you can't read it, but just enough to make it look cool, right? Happy with this design. Again, let's go to the duplicate. Like I said, guys, this is my last slide, and then we'll move on to the rest of the stuff that I want to talk about today. So this last image, what I'm going to do is, in fact, let's duplicate the first image because it's good to end in the same style that you started with, right? Because end with a bang, start with a bang, end with a bang, right? So I'm going to delete this page, and we got this. I'm going to go with this one right here. Okay, so the idea for this image, I want to, you know, we've done a lifestyle image. We did like a little post with an app type of image, you know, kind of carousel value feature image, you can call it. We did a hero image. Now I want to do something similar to a hero image, but I want to mock up some more designs because mockups are really popular right now within Glorify. And let's assume we're selling like a e-learning product. So, you know, if you know this is, if you look at the images, this is perfect for physical product. This is perfect for just general, you know, content, you know, features. We got this lifestyle image. Now let's go with a kind of e-learning mock-up product. Okay, so I'm going to go to mockups. I'll choose a laptop in isometric. Boom, nice little MacBook over here. And I want a box of some sort to mock up this digital product, right? So let's go and find a box, close the screens and go to packaging. Okay, so here's a box, but that's not, okay, this one's isometric. So we'll go ahead and use this. So same thing as before, we'll go with the same style that we've been going with. And let's assume we're selling some kind of health and fitness, super cool product. I kind of like that it's behind the text here and the laptop's in the front. That's kind of cool. Didn't expect that. That just kind of just happened naturally just now. We can put the laptop over here, overlapping the text, right? Okay. I'm feeling this so far. Let's go ahead and edit. We'll start editing the screen first. So I'll go to edit the content of the screen. Let's go ahead, add a model first. So the first guy I want to add is, again, photo creator. Delete this logo, of course, in your mockup. And sorry, guys. We're going to, was it jump white that I found this guy in that I was using earlier? So let's go ahead and use that. Now, let's go ahead and pick something cool, like, yeah, something looks very visionary, something like this. Let's wait for the model to be added. By the way, for those of you already Glorify users, you can see you can edit outside the canvas now, right? I don't know if I already clarified that. So that's pretty exciting. So just go to edit 2 and you can do that. Okay, so let's go add this guy here, Mr. Visionary Pants over here. Okay, so I want to get the same style text in my other design. So I'll have to hit done for now and come back. So what I'm going to do is basically copy this text and go to this, click edit content. So I click control copy, and I'm going to paste the text in here, right? So that way I can use the exact same style text. Let's scale this down. Boom, around there. Let's call it, yeah, fit track. And so you guys notice that I'm going with the same style throughout. That's what branding is about. So every template that what we have, guys, is a template that you can use to, you know, inform your brand style, essentially, right? So conquer your diet and sleep, something, you know, something that you see in these typical health courses. Scale this down. Scale it down. Let's bring this text up. There we go. Let's put it behind his hand, send to back layer. So this cool little overlaying stuff. We'll go get a button. So cool elements here. I recommend that you guys check out all the different elements we have, like, this massive shapes library with patterns and all kinds of stuff that you can just go nuts with, charts, famous logos, etc. We got other libraries like icons and all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm not going to go so deep into that today, but I'm just going to simply add a button. And this is like a responsive button. You can like scale it, you can stretch it out, and the text will stay in the middle. It's a pretty cool responsive button for call to action. Sign up now. Simple call to action. Scale this thing up, and we'll go to button shape and turn this into black. Boom. It's a nice little call to action, CTA, and put it where it matters most, somewhere around here. There we go. So that's my screen. We'll go ahead and hit save. You can see the little preview over here. It looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. We'll go ahead and add. Let's go ahead and add the design to the box now. So I'm going to add front-facing stuff first. So I want to create like a course feel. It's like, this kind of product box type style. So we'll delete the logo. Same thing. Photo creator. I want to try something a bit different and unique this time. We're going with jump white. Soon, by the way, I'm going to show you all the new glorify stuff that we've got planned, because some UX wise it's annoying if you type something, you want to see the recent searches and stuff like that. All of that stuff is getting solved, guys, right? So since we did our raise, we're just pumping in the little things that annoy people when it comes to day-to-day editing. All that stuff is going to get fixed in the next 3 to 6 months, right? So really excited about that. So I'm going to add like different poses of this guy jumping. Looks pretty fun. I've experimented with similar stuff like this before. So these models are very useful because you got so many different variations of the same model. We are working with Icons 8 to come up with like a much better filtering process, so you can find the same model much easier. Right now, of course, it takes a couple of clicks, and can be a bit irritating. But yeah, there we go. We'll add that. In fact, what I'll do is I'll group it. Actually, let me just keep it over here. And yeah, I want to add like a cool little overlay to this guy, right? So let's go to adjustments. Add. Okay, so I don't have the colors, but I can go to favorite and brands and pick my favorite color, which is not there actually. Let me go and have to go ahead. Oh, I remember copying the text, right? So let me add that text. Perfect. Lucky enough, I had this text already copied from before, so I didn't have to exit this page. Fit track. Yeah, just call it fit track, and we'll add a square. So I can go to add a square, guys. It's very simple. All you go is go here and add a square, right? You don't have to go through all the different steps like you used to before. So you got some quick shapes over there, right? So boom, send this to the back. We'll give this a little bit of like a breakup. It's good to break things up in your designs. Don't keep everything the same. And I want to create this cool effect, like I said, with the overlay. So what you can do, so your images sometimes, is just create a bit of an overlay of a brand color. It creates this really cool effect. And then, by the way, soon we have copy style, paste style. We don't have that yet, so I have to kind of do this manually, unfortunately. So it's not as ideal as you want it to be, but still works like a dream overall. Actually, let's make this guy a bit full, and we'll add this guy, make him a bit more transparent. Yeah, and then fill this overlay. Oop, too much. And let's go down to transparency and make this guy a bit transparent. So you got this kind of like cool little effect, right? What do you guys think of the effect so far? Cool. I'm happy with that. I'm going to hit done. Looks cool in the mockup box. Boom. We got a nice little box in the background for this design. I can go ahead and customize the rest of this. I don't want to spend too much time on it today. There's more stuff that I want to talk about, of course. But that's just a quick little preview of what you can do to promote like a digital product, right? So pretty cool design overall. Maybe this could go in the front, actually, now that I see it. In the back, maybe it might not look great in the... Yeah, I think that looks better, actually. Yeah. than being at the back as it was before. So put a little bit of overlap here. And yeah, you can group this if you like, but I'll just keep it as it is. Yeah, I mean, I can click this and, for example, edit the top maybe and choose like black, you know, to match, or whatever it might be, you know. So here's the top. Simply add. Again, I'm going to copy my text again inside here. If it's still available, perfect. And choose the same blue. And maybe we can take this text and rotate it. And choose white and hit that in the middle. Yeah, I think it's a bit too much. I'm gonna make it like really small in the corner. Fit track. Okay, it's cutting off, so let's put it out there. So I'm looking at the preview over here and seeing the best position for this. There we go, something like that looks cool. I think I'll end it there in terms of you know, playing around more with this mockup, but just wanted to quickly show you guys. So that is my design process so far. Hope you enjoyed the design process. Here are my 3 images. We'll go through them one more time. So here's my hero image. Here's my feature call out image. You know, I can make a bit more deeper if I wanted to. Very quickly, let me show you how that can be done. Just go to your annotations, create maybe like an arrow style, drop an arrow, you know, point this arrow at a, you know, hold shift to create straight arrows if you want to. And then, you know, point shift and, you know, do something like this perhaps, you know, and what you could do is, yeah, just get some text. You know, call out the feature, you know, intuitive heartbeat tracker. I don't know what that means. Okay, so, and then you can click this, by the way, and you can switch the annotation style. So you can choose the head. You know, if you want to go with like a round circle head, then you can go with that. And then you can choose both the separate point color and line color and point color are separate. So you got that kind of stuff. And if you wanted to go further into your callouts, I'm kind of ruining the design now, but it's just I'm just doing this to show you guys what else you could do, right? You can add like a shape, for instance, and if you want to, yeah, basically show more, then all you got to do is, you know, if you want to do like a zoom in call out, then click that, and maybe you want to add, let's go to images like maybe pixels, and we'll type like heart. I don't know if you can get like a heart. I don't know if anyone wants to see a heart, but let's call it sweat. You know, heart rate is attributed to sweat, I think. So this guy. So you can add images inside by into your shapes. Click done, and then from here you can like reposition it. Got full control basically, right? So this is a cool way of like calling out features with callouts. Sorry, just got this issue on the screen. So yeah, that's image number 2. I'm gonna group this, and I'm gonna go to layers, and I'm gonna hide this because I don't need this right now, right? So and then image number 3, lifestyle image. You know, guy flying up in the air, loving life, saying that fit track is the path to all glory. And then page number 4, you know, buy my course. If you don't buy my course, you're going down the path of doom to a life of just, you know, unhealthiness and not taking care of your body and not taking care of your life, not caring. If you don't take care of your body and don't take care of your life, then you are essentially also messing up in your business as well, right? So healthy life, healthy business. That's I think you know, a common thing that people should feel, right? And if you don't, then you should feel that way. Sorry, I am going astray. Let's go back into focus. I'm not a health expert or guru, so I shouldn't be talking about the subject. Let's talk about the subject I am actually good at, which is design. So here is my design, guys. With that said, we'll start to wrap up. 5 minutes left on the clock. I guess the rest of this presentation I want to focus on is basically a couple of things here. I want to focus on the future of Glorify and why you should buy the lifetime deal today. So let's jump straight into it. So first things first, I'm going to go into, wait a minute. Let's go down to 19. I want to go into the chat section and see what people are saying. Perfect, guys. Drop some more comments if you want me to address any things, questions, anything you guys have, or just show us some general love. We'd appreciate it, and yeah, we'd love to answer any of your questions and thoughts. So the rest of Glorify. So a couple of things that you guys should know about that's really exciting, guys. Those who invest in Glorify, you know that you're in for a ride of a lifetime. You have been since day one, and we entire team, on behalf of the entire team and I, we thank you and applaud you for thank you humbly for jumping into Glorify and taking that step with us, because we started off very early with very minimum features, and you can see with you guys, with your help, with your suggestion, with your feedback, over the year and a half that we've been live for, we've implemented so much of those changes. We've built so many new features as well, and we launched Glorify 2.0 in under a year, right? And most even like very established companies weren't able to hit those milestones. So we're really glad we have. Sure, there's so many things that we need to work on, as in making the platform more robust, faster, reduce some of the kind of smaller bugs that you guys feel maybe with elements like text and other things. Those things are in the pipeline. We haven't been able to prioritize those as fast as we wanted to, just because we were fully overwhelmed with fundraising. And now that the fundraising is over and we secured that 2 million, we are very confident in the next steps that we have in terms of a product roadmap. And this is the product timeline that you see: implementing the new UI UX. We got the share ecosystem, we got batch processing, we got video and animation coming up towards the last quarter of the year, feedback and presentation. We got plugin store. I'm going to show you that in a minute, what it looks like. So stay on, guys. This is really important. You're going to see so much exciting stuff. The designer community towards 2022, and the marketing timeline is important for you guys. We're closing the lifetime deal, of course, this month. At the end of this month, it'll be gone. So those of you who are still on the fence, buy it. We will do an AppSumo deal in November. We already signed the contract with them before we closed our investment round. We signed the contract with AppSumo. So it was important for us to kind of continue and honor that deal, but it's not going to be as lucrative as the lifetime deal that we have right now. So you should be jumping into this. We got bonuses and we got other things that makes our deal much better. But yeah, then if you guys even miss out on a lifetime deal, which I recommend that you should jump in while it's alive and while you're part of the community. And but if you do miss out, then you'll have to either get into one of these subscription plans that we have following, right? So let's jump into the exclusive bonuses. If you do buy the lifetime deal, you get these three aspects. You got product, image, formula, ebook. So you saw the designs I made, guys, in this project. All of this comes with a theory, and the theory is really important. If you don't have the theory, you essentially don't understand exactly what you need to be doing. And this is important to have a strategy behind every process, not just kind of wing it, right? Now, you might have seen that. You might have thought I was winging it right here with these designs, but I wasn't. I do have a strategy behind my head, and I always refer to the same formula that we created, which is the product image strategy formula. It gives you all the techniques that you need to actually create a powerful and engaging story-driven sequence of product imagery. And that's what makes Glorify different, is because we focus on creating niche-oriented, story-driven product content, right? And we'll continue to do so and keep expanding that through not just physical products, but digital products and service-based, right? And that's what's important, and that's what it's all about. You get this free ebook, which is going to be really cool. It's a bonus. It's got all this amazing content on the types of product images you can use. This ebook's mainly focused on e-commerce, i.e. physical products, but you can use the same strategies and concepts for any type of product. Believe me, it's the same thing. It's the same principles. So coming up with, avoiding to feature stuff, how do you do your graphics, what kind of images you should have in what kind of order, like your cover image, your introduction, a happy ending. So it's a really awesome, an ebook that we're very much proud of. You get access to that. You get, as an early adopter member, if you buy the deal before it ends, you get template priority suggestions. So you get to, tell our team members to, post a suggestion on the Slack group, and we'll get to work right away. We have done for many users, and we take these feedback and we just implement the template. That's hence why we've released infographic templates, because the user requested it. We had to go in and create that for users, because especially when it's a early adopter user, we have that priority and we honor those priorities. And you'll also, of course, be part of the early adopter community in general, where you can get exclusive support, roadmap, exclusive training as well that we do publish before we do make it public, right? So that's what's exciting about the bonuses. So I do encourage you guys to jump into buying the lifetime deal. It is ending this Friday midnight. This is the last chance that you have. You simply go to glorify.com, click start now, or go to the pricing page and choose your plan and purchase, right? Now, before we end this webinar, I've got 4 minutes on clock. I want to show you the future of Glorify. We did show you the roadmap. What does that actually mean? Guys, this is what's coming up in the next couple of months. I'm really, really pumped about it. This is our development server, so I'm the only one that can have access to this, so it's not live yet. But a couple of things that you can expect, right? So first things first, I want to show you the revamped dashboard. This is what the dashboard is going to look like once we move live. You can, quick select custom sizes over here. All your different sizes, similar to what it is now. But what's really awesome is that you got plugin store, which I'll get into right in a minute, and you got more granular settings. I know this doesn't sound as exciting, but it'll get to in a minute. What's really cool is your starting point here makes it is much easier, because we're going to optimize your workflow for saving your recent searches, saving your recent formats that you use, so you can go get to them really fast. You also have your team members over here, where you can invite your team members directly from your dashboard, and you can have granular control in terms of what workspaces they have access to. You don't have to, right now in Glorify, all your team members have access to all of your workspace, but you can actually control which workspaces they have access to and which they don't. And you can even soon invite guests. Can you imagine that? You can share a link of your design to any public person that's not signed up to Glorify, and instantly they'll be able to go view your design, sign up, and edit that single design. So guests only get access to single designs that you specifically invited them to. They don't get access to the entire workspace, so they don't have access to all of your projects, your uploads, your favorites, your brand kit, because they're just a guest. They're not a team member. And what you'll have to do is then upgrade them to a team member. Plugins is really, really, really exciting, because what it means with plugins is that soon you're going to be able to install a bunch of tools. Where we got a target to push 100 integrations in the next 6 to 12 months. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, I had to just lock my door in case my son jumped into the room. 12 to 6 months, 100 integrations, everything from design tools, stock integrations, analytic tools, productivity tools, sharing to Slack, sharing to Facebook, sharing to your e-com store, analytic tools to get data back to your design to see how they perform. Design tools such as basically like batch processing, scaling your design activities, automating color, automating style, stuff like that, right? Really pumped and excited about this. And so we're going to divide it into, of course, Glorify plugins and, third-party plugins that of different creators are going to come in. And we've already signed up deals with different creators that are willing to create plugins for us, because they've created plugins for other platforms and they're really pumped about Glorify. So that's that. The brand kit is really exciting, guys. We got all new brand kit that is so much more powerful. You can add unlimited logos. You can, make one logo the main logo. You got unlimited color palettes in your brand kit, unlimited text styles. Guess what? All of your text styles, if you make an update to a single logo variation, your color palette, or even your text style, it'll globally change across all of your designs throughout your projects, and you can choose whether or not you want them to globally change. Same thing with brand assets, which is really awesome. You got libraries now in your brand assets where you can if you go to the next point, which is from your brand style guide, you go to your brand assets, you can save team templates that you designed and you want to keep reusing for other purposes within your team or within your workspace. You can save it as team template. It becomes reusable. You can just simply add it. It doesn't change the original template, and you can just customize it how you want. Smart groups, being able to create a group of multiple elements and save that group so you can reuse it later. And it sources the same object, so you don't change the core object, but you can actually customize it how you like. And brand images, so if you add a product or anything that's according to your brand, it might be a person's face or whatever it might be, those images can live in your brand assets. And if you change anything on those assets, they'll globally change across all of your designs, right? So that's pretty cool. I'm really pumped about that. All of these stuff are going to be implemented in the next 6 to 8 months. And last but not least, I guess, we got, I guess I can show you some cool stuff in the editor as well. The editor has going through a lot of design processes. We're doing a lot of changes. You can soon get access to plugins directly from the editor. So yeah, there's not much to show here right now because we're still working on stuff. But I can't believe I didn't show you guys this first, right? This is what everyone's been waiting for, like really been bugged by how Glorify currently works and been waiting for a solution for it, which is folders, right? You can create workspace folders and private folders and shared folders. So workspace folders, your entire team who are in part of the workspace have access to. Private folders, only you have access to, so no one else can see it unless you invite someone to it. And shared files are basically private files within your team member admins that who have only admins can create private files, by the way, in your workspace. And if your admin creates a private file, they can share it with you. And if they share it with you, get access to it right here, right? So granular folder, naming your folders, you can name them whatever you like. It's going to be a dream for organization, right? And I want to also go into, while we're into folders and stuff like that, I guess I will quickly show you our team members, control panel, because again, people want to know how you can control access to your team members. You've got granular access now soon, where you can actually choose which workspaces they have access to, right? And you can check them, box them off, right? And that way, if you want a client and you only want access to one of your workspaces, you got that granular control. So it's going to be simple. Right. So all of that's awesome, guys. But of course, what about major features? We got the share ecosystem come in. We got folders. We got private folders. You can invite team members. You can invite guests. All that stuff is lovely and fun and great. But when it comes down to it, we need to give you guys features, right? So our promise in the next 6 to 8 months is we're going to drop in video features in beta, and we'll get in the next six months batch processing. What does batch processing mean? I'm going to very quickly show you a very quick demo. It's still in the working progress, and we'll be sharing this demo with exclusive members. If you are excited to test Glorify, then drop so in the comment. I'll be happy to give you exclusive access to test this feature before we do launch it. But essentially, the way batch processing works is that you create one design, and then you got this icon at the bottom where you can create multiple sizes in a few clicks. You choose that. You choose the sizes that you want, so whatever size you like, and then you add that. And then what you essentially do is you simply pick, you basically choose the sizes, and just with one click, it recreates multiple sizes for you in a single batch, right? Now, you can then go ahead and have more variation controls by globally changing all of the text at the same time without having to leave. So if I want to change certain text, I can checkbox some of the designs that I want to change the text of, and go ahead and change the text, maybe call it Pepsi, for instance, and go ahead and change the position globally. So I've got global control of all of my layers in this single view. So I can basically move all my images, all my text, control the size of the text, control the the colors of the entire set all at once at the same time. So this is going to be, of course, a massive time saver for all of you guys. If you need multiple sizes for your ads, or you need all of your social media collateral done with just your logo and some content, you can do all of your your social media cover photos. If you need your posts resized for the different platforms, your social media posts. If you have a product image and you want to create multiple variations of your product image, even that is a massive win here, right? So Not just that, but we've got some other cool flows coming up. For example, we're going to create this modal where you get this tool where you can actually populate content. So here's the populate content widget where you can actually choose, again, sizes that you want, select the sizes, and then select the content that you want to customize. So you say create a single design. And let's say you have 20 different products. You can simply go ahead and choose which, what variations you want of the same image, and say, you want a same ad, but with a Pepsi instead, or a different product altogether, then you can batch process those variations as well, right? So there's so much stuff that you'll be able to do in the future. I'm really, really pumped about it. I hope you guys are too. That's it, guys. We're 5 minutes over time. Managed to wrap everything up in under an hour. I'm really happy about that. Q&A, guys, for another 5 minutes, and then I'll be signing off. Guys, like I said, we guarantee that this is going to be a deal of a lifetime for you guys. We are ready finally with our funding, with our vision, with our excitement, and of course you guys being part of the community. We are really, really, really on a mission to create the single most important marketing design tool that both business owners, marketers, and designers alike can only dream of. That's our mission. I want you guys to take part in this mission. So do buy Glorify while it's available and before the deal ends. So with that, guys, let me turn off my screen and I shall be answering questions. All right, so let's go into focus mode. All right, guys, any questions? Yep, Clarice, Richard, will keep you in mind. We've got you recorded in the comment section. So I'm gonna just hit a like over here and hit a thumbs up over here. So if you guys are interested in testing, we can make that happen, no problem. Can I create my own mock-up designs? So that's a good question. Not just yet, as in, can you, if I'm not mistaken, Richard, are you asking if you can kind of take a composition and then distort it to fit into like a 3D object or like some kind of object? Is this what you're asking? Can I mock up my own? Can I create my own mock-up design? Is that what you're asking, Richard? Please confirm, and then I can answer your question further. Andre, of course, man, you've been there since day one. It'll give you exclusive access to test, without a single doubt. So pricing deal, guys, is very simple. Go to, okay, let me just actually show you guys. I'm surprised I actually didn't show you what the actual pricing is. So my apologies. Let me quickly share screen. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, so go to glorify.com pricing, and you can see starting at $97. Yeah, so that's where we start at. If you go to purchase, you can actually increase your limits and go all the way up to $397 if you wanted to. So that's the maximum we allow 10 team members for this lifetime deal. Yeah, so choose your limits. I'd recommend go max out. You won't regret it, because the world is becoming more collaborative, and best businesses are built by teams, right? So take advantage of the team deal and max your slots out, because with all the design tools that we have to pay for these days, we pay for Figma, we pay for other platforms like Intercom, which are not design tools, and we have to end up forking out a lot of cash because we had to pay per team member, unfortunately. And I always dream, I wish I ever had Intercom whenever they did lifetime deals, or they did like a very exclusive offer when they first started for their early adopter community. People took advantage of that. Figma, people that started in beta with them, they took advantage of whatever offer they had at the time. So early come early, the earlier the people come, the better the deal, right? And so max out, and you definitely won't regret it. Thanks, Clarice. I do appreciate that you maxed out. I paid lifetime before. Is this the same? Adele, yeah. If you paid for lifetime deal before, it's gonna be the same. We didn't ever change our deals for a while, so you probably most likely bought the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna answer Richard's question. Can we create a mock-up scene so I can use different images? Such can I import a book on a table and use this as a mock-up template? I guess you could. You can add a book on a table on Glorify. There's no problem. Just add the book there. If you're talking about like you have a flat image and you want to put it on a t-shirt or you want to put it on your own 3D object and you want to distort it, you want to skew it and distort it and so that it matches like a 3D object, that won't be available in the next 12 months, but we'll definitely consider it to make it soon because we know we can make it quite easily if we put the time and resource to it. But it's not a priority to create distortion features so you can create your own mockups just yet. Alrighty, guys. By the way, if you do increase your limits, you're getting bonus bonus credits, bonus team members, bonus monthly background removal credits, and so on and so forth, right? So take advantage of those extras that you get. Yep. Perfect. All right, guys. So with that, I shall be signing out. If you have any other questions, drop it in the comment section. If not, guys, this webinar is going to be available for replay. Share this out, share the love, let people know more about it. I'd love for people to know more about it. Especially if, perhaps in like, if you know anyone that are gatekeepers to great communities, then do dish it out to them, especially if they're part of an early adopter community. Our team would be really appreciative of that. We want to make sure that Glorify gets into hands as many people as possible. This is kind of like the we like early adopters because you guys represent a perfect avatar for the B2C segment. Most B2C type people, like people who are running their own businesses and trying to buy tools for personal use for their businesses, those type of individuals, mostly like a lot of you guys, you guys give a lot of value to us and help us, give us insight and feedback. And what we're going to be doing in the future, as mentioned, is we're going to switch from lifetime deal to recurring subscriptions. And with the subscriptions, we're going to start approaching larger businesses, enterprise businesses, to take Glorify and purchase team plans and much higher usage, right? So we want other people, for brand awareness purposes, for as many people as possible to take advantage of the lifetime deal while it's around. And what that does is that they get into access into decision makers, into some of the companies they work, or the clients they work with, some of the bigger companies with bigger teams. And that's how we can get access to these bigger companies and to take Glorify to that next level, because we want to spread Glorify as far and wide as we can. So take part in that. If you're not part of an affiliate yet, jump in to become an affiliate. It's quite simple. Go to glorify.com all the way down to the the footer, and type hit affiliates. You can get a commission. It's a lofty 30%. That's quite a good good chunk that you'll earn per sale. And of course, you can see the tickets that you're selling on is quite high. So $397 per sale is pretty decent. So for every sale you get 30%, right? So jump into it while it's available. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this webinar. And I'll catch up with you guys in the community group. Drop your questions. Don't stop dropping questions. We will get to them eventually. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Have a glorious day. Bye.